Good morning, students. So, my name is Vivek Anand Kusur. That is, you can call me Vivek sir. So, I am going to teach you this chapter Food. Where does it come from? This is your first chapter of Science NCERT textbook. That is, all of you are in class 6. So, you are finished class 5 now. So that means you are in class 6 and I hope you all are finished very well with your class 5. So we will learn about food. Where does it come from in this class? This is your chapter number 1. This is your chapter number 1. This chapter is very much easy. So whenever I teach this chapter, keep that textbook with you people. Have the textbook with you so that you can easily understand it. Okay. See, in our everyday life, we all come across different kinds of foods. Suppose you all are growing now. You are in 5th standard. You were in 5th standard. Now you are 6th standard. You were in 2nd standard, you came to 3rd standard, you came to 4th standard, you came to 5th standard. There you started your growth. See, the weight you are, the mass you are having, your weight in 2nd standard is different and 3rd standard is different. In 4th standard again it is different, your height is increasing little bit. So how it is all happening? So what we need for the survival? The first thing we need for the survival is air, isn't it? So we all breathe. You also breathe, I also breathe, even animals breathe, plants also breathe. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹೌದಾ? ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಉಸಿರಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಬದುಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು? ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಗಾಳಿ ಬೇಕು. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟರ್. Without water also we cannot live. We can live for 1 day, maximum 2 days to 3 days. Maximum, if they are highly capable of controlling themselves, they can live up to 2 to 3 days. Okay. So without water it is difficult to live. So water is the second essential thing after air. And after water what comes is, that is our concept, that is food. Food comes after water. Even water is also can be considered as food. See what happens, as I told, in the 2nd standard you are having different weight, 3rd standard you are having different weight. Where does that weight come from? This weight comes from the energy. Where the energy come from? That energy comes from the food. So we all are in need of food. Food is the very essential thing. So if you think socially wise, so many people are dying without food every day in the world. So food is the main essential thing. All the animals need food, all the plants need food, human being need food. So everyone is need food. We all survive just because of food. Okay, without food it is very very difficult. So we cannot survive without food. So food, what it does, how does it come from, where does it come from, what is the need of food? We all learn this in this chapter. This is the motto of this chapter. Food, where does it come from where it will come, from where it will come, from where the food will come. Food, you know, from where does it come from means which are the sources of food. What is the basic source of food? What are the basic sources of food? ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫುಡ್ ಬರ್ತದ? ನೀವು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತಿಂತೀರಿ, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತದ? ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತದ? ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಫುಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ತಿಂತಾವು? So which kind of animals eat which type of foods. So that all we learn in this chapter. Okay. So this is very much important chapter. You have to understand this chapter thoroughly. This is very much important chapter. You have to understand this chapter thoroughly, easily. Okay. So and homework you have to do. Whenever I give the homework, you have to do the homework also. See, this is very important and mm, good useful chapter for you in your daily life, as well as in the upcoming class sections. It will be useful for your text knowledge. Okay, so we'll learn this chapter as it is given in NCERT. Okay, this is the first chapter of your NCERT book. Okay, so what is given here in NCERT book? So food, where does it come from? So first we will learn the sources. So where the sources are there, food variety are there. See, first before going to food variety, we learn ingredients. See, this word is important. Ingredients. What are ingredients? Ingredients means the components present in the food, the materials present in the food. For example, if you are boiling the rice, I know you eat rice every day in your home. So if you ask your mama or papa, not papa surely, mama. Okay, if you ask your mother how to do rice, she will tell you what are the components you have to add. So only we need 2 to 3 components for rice. Of course, we need water. Then we need raw rice. Raw rice means akki, ಕನ್ನಡದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕು? ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಬೇಕು, ನೀರು ಬೇಕು, ಸಾಕು, ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ನೀರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪಾತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ತಗೊಂಡ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಕ್ಕಿಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ಕುದಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಉಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ, ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ನ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಐ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ, ಇವನ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. But so materials we need is only 3. If you consider water, only 3. If you don't consider water, only 2 only. Rice and salt, enough. For these we call them as ingredients. The materials required to prepare a food, or the things which we require to prepare the food, are called as ingredients. ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ingredients ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The food, whatever we are preparing, for that we need some materials. Okay, we need some things, isn't it? So those things are called as ingredients. Things required to prepare food. Things or the food materials required to prepare, or we can say food components. Components of food. Components required to prepare food, or say food components or food materials. You can say, you can use the word here food materials also. Food materials required, rather than food components, it's easy. Food materials required to prepare food are called ingredients. So what are ingredients? Ingredients are the food materials. They are the food materials required to prepare food. So I discussed now what I discussed. Discussion of preparing rice. Now we'll take another example. If you take preparation of tea, cha maadu. So here final product is tea. Tea is a food here. Okay, tea is a food here. So for the preparation of tea, what are all we doing? Just you tell me. Okay, so what we all do for preparation of tea? First we want a vessel. In that we will pour the water. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ವೆಸಲ್ ತಗೋತೀರಿ, ನೀರು ಸುರಿತೀರಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? After some times you start the gas, not you start the gas not after some time, you directly start the gas and you take a vessel and pour the water in it, you keep it on the gas. So when it starts boiling, after some time you add tea powder to that. Okay, some quantity of tea powder depending upon how much water you pour, and you stir it, and after some time you add little bit sugar. And if you are doing little bit more powerful tea, then you add what we can say in Kannada, we can say yalaki, and you can say shunti. We can add that those things. If you are doing that kind of tea, you are doing normal tea, then no need to add those things. Okay, so then what you will do after this, you will add milk to that. So when you add milk to that, you after some time you keep keep it for little bit boiling. So what happens, you keep it for little bit boiling, then the tea will be ready. Okay, so here the food product is tea, the final product is tea, but what are the components or the ingredients? What are the ingredients we have added? See here, what we have added, we have added water. First, we have added tea powder, isn't it? We have added tea powder. Then what we have added? We have added sugar. We added milk. So these all are called as ingredients. You can know ingredients. These are called as ingredients. These are called as ingredients. So I hope you understood. So food and ingredients. First learn this, and after this we will learn the sources. So some foods need very less ingredients, 2 to 3. Some foods need 3 to 4. Some foods need 5, 6, 7. Suppose we will take another example. If you are preparing a dal curry, sambar, ಕನ್ನಡದಾಗ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಸಾಂಬಾರ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. So if you ask your mama, you can ask today, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಮ್ಮಿನ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮನನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ರಿ, ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು? ಸಾಂಬಾರನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಮ್ಮ? ಸೊ ಏನೇನು ನೀನು ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಿ, ಏನೇನು ಆಹಾರ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಯು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ದೆಮ್. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಸಿ there are more than 5, minimum 5. I can guarantee you minimum 5, and of course there are more than 5 also sometimes, because I also don't know exactly how the sambar can be done, but I am sure there will be more than 5 ingredients in that. There are a lot of things, pepper, and there will be other things like what dal is needed, water is needed, salt is needed, pepper is needed, some masala materials are needed, or some masala pudi fixed some masala pudis there, like MTR masala pudis are there, so those also there. Okay, for taste some other they will make, even lemon can be uh, squeezed, nimbe hinಡಬಹುದು for taste. So for sambar there is lot of ingredients needed for the preparation of sambar. So when there are a lot of ingredients needed means what? It is a food where more ingredients are needed, isn't it? So when there is a food, when it is more ingredients are needed, so it takes little bit more time. And of course, irrespective of ingredients, we can taste the different things. Okay, so ingredients are what? So why I am telling all this is just to understand this ingredients. Ingredients ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಫುಡ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಆಹಾರ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನು ಆಹಾರ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ingredients ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The ingredients are the food materials required to prepare the food. So those we all call it as ingredients. So we call them as ingredients. So here you have to do one activity. Okay, it is given in your NCERT textbook, first page, activity number 1. What is that activity? Ask your friends in school about the items they would be eating during the day. See if you can also get this information from friends staying in different states of India. List all the items in your notebook as given in table 1.1. For us, many friends as possible. So I think it is difficult for you because now you are in home under lockdown. So I think you cannot ask the people here. So better you do one different thing. You just name the name. You are just you, your brother or sister, anybody you take, and your father or mother you take. You any three people. Okay. You make a list of any three people and what are their favorite food or food items eaten in a day. For them you write different, little bit different you can write. For example, if your name is Rahul, I'm not telling your name is Rahul, I'm taking just example. So you write first Rahul and what he eats in the morning, idli or dosa. You write idli. In the afternoon meals, chapati, roti, rice, buttermilk, sambar, pickles, whatever he eats, you write that. In the night also you can write. You write for one person, you write at least 4 to 5 food items, minimum 4 to 5 food items. And other you take your brother or sister, if anybody is there, their name and write them. Other you take another your father or mother or auntie, uncle, whoever you may take their name and write. For 3 people you do like that. That is, then you will understand what are the food items eaten in a day. And if you take for other states, it will be different. See, for other states, they will eat the different kinds of food. If you take here in North Karnataka, we eat roti more. If you take Mysuru Mandya side, they eat ragi mudda more. If you take Mangalore side, they will eat fish more. So different regions have different kind of foods. Okay. So if you go to Punjabi, they have a Punjabi thali, Punjabi ಊಟ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. It's different. If you go to Kerala parota. So it is famous there. So everywhere is different things are famous. If you go to Davangere benne dosa is famous there. So depending upon the climate or the tradition they have already customized in their life. So on that basis, they continue to eat the present kind of food they are in which they are living. So these all you have to do, and after this another activity is there. Ingredients you understood, food you understood. Okay. So after this another activity is there. So you can see in your text activity number 2. What is that? Choose some of the items you listed in table 1.1 and try to find out what ingredients are used to prepare these by discussing with your friends and elders at home. List them in table 1.2. Some examples are given here. Add some more items to this list. Okay. Food items and their ingredients. This you have to do. You ask your mother or sister who is preparing food in your home. Okay. You can take their help and make a list, food items and ingredients. Here, one side you write food items, other side you write ingredients. Okay, you list 3 to 4 of these. Okay, one side you make food items. You all have to write this in classwork. Okay, classwork book ಒಳಗೆ ಬರೀರಿ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ. You make classwork book and homework book. In classwork book you write all this. Food items and this side ingredients. So food items and ingredients. See, food items, for example, they have given roti or chapati. Okay, they have given it roti or chapati. So what we need? We need atta for that. Atta andradalla. Atta means hittu. Hittu ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ಚಪಾತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ಹೌದಾ? ಜೋಳದ ಹಿಟ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು, ಗೋಧಿ ಹಿಟ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು, ಹೌದಾ? ಅಟ್ಟ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್, ಅಟ್ಟ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ಟ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಹಿಟ್ಟು, ವಾಟರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಹೌದಾ? ಕಾಮಕರಿ atta and water. So they have given another example, dal. So dal you can see, just I told you last and I was giving the example. How many are there? See, pulses are there, water, salt, oil, ghee, spices. See, pulses means dal, water, oil, ghee, spices. So oil or ghee is there. Either oil is used or ghee is used. Spices. Okay. Pulses, water, then salt. I am not written. So after this I will write salt. See, for the preparation of dal, we need pulses. Pulses means kala. Which dal you are preparing, that pulses you need. Water is compulsory for almost all the foods. We need water. Oil or ghee. Some people use oil and some people use ghee. Okay, salt is compulsory. Uppiginta ruchi bere, so we have to go through salt. Only sweets we don't use salt, but most of the times we use salt for maximum foods. Spices are there. Okay, in spices there are a lot of things. So some ready-made spices you can get, like MTR and other things. But in some homes they don't use that. They keep their spices in separate box. For example, we can call in Kannada Arishna, Jeerigi. So we can call that. You can ask your mama for that. Okay. Then roti chapati is over, dal is over. Now it is 2 overs. Here you have to prepare another 3 at least. Okay, so make it at least 5. Roti chapati is there. You can write rice here. I will write 1. That is very easy. Rice. For that we need raw rice, water, and salt. Okay, any 2 you write here. You make uppit, and you make, which one you can make? Food items you can make anything. Dosa you make, idli you make. Okay, uppit, dosa, idli, puri. Okay, then bhaji, any kind of bhaji, that is what we can say in Kannada, palya. So batata palya or other things you can make. So you can prepare it. Okay, so write any 2 here. Okay, 3 is already given. You write any other 2. Okay, then you finish it off. Okay, so these are the food. We cannot live without food. Food is the important thing, third important thing after air and water. So there are different sources of food, of course, plants, animals. We will learn all that in the next class. Okay, we all eat different kinds of food depending upon the climate and nature of that one. My food taste is different, your food taste is different, and in the different region different foods are eaten. Okay, and whenever we prepare a food, some food materials are needed to prepare that food, that we call them as ingredients, that we learned in this class. So different food materials are needed, different ingredients. Okay, so those all that we discussed in this class. So for example, roti or chapati, atta and water ingredients, dal, pulses, water, oil, ghee, salt and spices are ingredients, rice, raw rice, water, salt. So for some foods, there are only 2 to 3 ingredients are needed. For example, if you are preparing Maggi, 5 minutes Maggi or epi, so what do you need there? Just that epi or Maggi packet. Okay, you pour that into water and they will give one spices chit is there. You can pour again that one. So only 2 to 3 are there. Okay, and if you then some materials need more than that. If you take dal, pulses, water, oil, ghee, salt and spices are needed. Okay, so different kinds of foods needs different ingredients. Okay, these are the things we learned in this class. So you just remember the food is mainly important for the growth of our life. Socially we need food because for biological improvement, for the biological growth of body we need food. To survive we need food. Not only we, animals, plants, everything, every organism and every plants, they need food. Food comes after air and water in the essential thing. So ingredients we learned. So this is the class regarding your first chapter. I hope everything is clear in this class. I have not told too much of syllabus because this is first class. So we learn the remaining things. Okay, what are the sources of food? Okay, plant, animal, or other sources are there, and which animal eat which kind of food? Why they eat that kind of food? So we learn all those things in the upcoming classes. I hope you all are clear with this chapter. So we'll see the remaining things in the next class.